You all know why we've come here. The patrons have pushed us into a corner. Their magic has grown too powerful to hold in check. These villains are stealing the worship of our own followers. We must do something before they marshal their forces, before they destroy us and all we stand for. We've come to the Vortex to destroy the world.
Same. I haven't played it since the 90s. Yeah, I still have the CD in the box. Hello, Billy. What's up? What's up, Merc? What's up, guys? How you doing?
Ah, a patron. I hope that if I let you live and watched for a while, you would succeed where I have failed for so many years. And you have. You have opened the city to me. My magic was useless against that infernal spell. But you understand those mystic runes. You changed it somehow. I am grateful to you, patron. In return, I will give you a quick death. Painful to be certain, but quick. What is this? This wasn't made by the puny rune magic that you use. How did you come by it? This should not exist! It is impossible! There is only me, Sangdrax! I am the way! You don't mind if I relieve you of this stone, do you? You will certainly have no need of it shortly. This is your rescue? A life form lower than yourself? I will give it this. The dog is certainly braver than you, patron. Perhaps the dog is wishing you a fond farewell. It knows what is about to happen. I was simply going to kill you, but I've reconsidered. I won't merely end your life, patron. I will eliminate every trace of you. I am going to destroy your soul. You will no longer exist on this or any other plane. You should not have brought that stone into my presence. Prepare yourself for oblivion, patron.
Oh, I already saved, don't worry about it.
Brandishing that at me won't help you, my pitiful little patron. I don't understand how you've managed to get this far with such tactics. I hope you've got something better in store, patron. If not, your life is over. I hope you've got something better. I hope you've got something Now to take care of his mangy pets.
What do we have here? A dog? I haven't seen a dog for ages. But then again, I've been asleep for that long. Hello, boy. I'm Sama. How'd you get in here? Did you come with the Sartan forces from the other realms? This dog is no dog. It is a vessel for another's soul. The soul of a patron.
We found no other Sartan, no rescue forces. All we discovered were the charred remains of one man and these items.
Friends, we have a very unusual situation. Our ward has fallen. This roused us from our slumber as predicted. But instead of greeting the Sartan rescue forces as we expected, all we find is a dog carrying a patron's soul. We need answers, and the only source is this patron. While he exists inside of the dog, he cannot communicate. I suggest that we restore the patron to his original form so that we can question him.
Bring a patron here? To our very heart? Have you forgotten that the patrons are our mortal enemies? I say leave him in the dog's body. Soon he'll forget he ever was a patron, and he'll be no threat to us.
Do you know what is happening out there? Where are our fellows? Why is this patron here? How long have we slept? It is very possible that the patrons have been rehabilitated as intended. Perhaps this is our rescuer. Is this how you would treat such a guest? No. We shall restore him, and we shall have our questions answered then. It is the only way. Whatever you might think of me, Councilman, I am no fool. You may prepare the nullification element. We will administer it to the patron after he is restored.
What have you done to me, Sartan? You've taken my magic away!
Calm, my friend. What we have done is temporary, and for your protection as much as ours. You have imbibed some nullified water. This eliminates all of your magical possibilities. While you cannot bring any possibilities into this reality, neither can any be placed upon you. This means that although you cannot cast any spells, you are invulnerable to others' magic as well. You have been nullified. It will continue for only as long as we need to question you. Now let us begin. Who are you? Why are you here? How did you get into the city?
Why should I trust you?
I'm not sure why you shouldn't. I don't even know if we should be enemies. I'm relying on you to tell me this. I'll make you this promise. If you are honest and forthright with me, I will respond to you in kind. I'll answer any questions you have. Now please, tell me what you know.
Aren't you the same Sama who originally sundered the world? Who banished my people into the labyrinth?
Yes, I am that. I know that you can't understand this, but it was all necessary. It was part of a larger plan. I'll explain everything after you tell me what you know.
I've seen your plan in action. You couldn't have done more damage to more lives if you tried.
I'm starting to get that impression, although I am loath to believe it. If you would tell me your story, I would understand much better.
Do you know how long you've been sleeping?
Not really. I'm starting to think that it may have been much longer than I intended.
You've been asleep for over 2,000 years.
2,000 years? How is that possible? You must tell me what has happened.
This just keeps getting more confusing.
I'm not talking.
I hope you reconsider. In you lies the key to this mystery, and we need it. May I remind you that you are helpless. I do not want to resort to threats, but we must be frank with each other. Time is short.
You just told me that I'm invulnerable to your magic, so what do I have to fear?
Ah, that is true. But the nullification effect won't stop a spear. Get my point?
All right, Sartan, you want the truth? I'll give it to you. If you kill me, others will follow. Even now, our army outnumbers that of the surviving Sartan. I've seen your forces. I know where they are, and I know that my lord will destroy them effortlessly. You can't win.
I have much to say about what you have told me. Your people, you have been wronged. I wish I could change what has happened, but I cannot. It seems that we took on far too much. We thought we were gods, that we were infallible. We weren't. And both of our races have paid the price. However insane you think it might have been, there was a purpose to the plan. We tried to create worlds in which the Mensch would thrive once they were united and the realms were interconnected. What your lord seeks to do is collect all of the seal pieces to reform the original world. He doesn't understand what this means. His efforts will result in the death of many of the Mensch left alive in the new realms. Perhaps he does understand. By decimating the opposing force even before the war is joined, he ensures his success. I'm not sure the Mensch left alive will enjoy the slavery he undoubtedly plans for them. What he may not realize is that this will affect his own race as well. Many of his people will die in the Reformation. Do you think he would risk that?
You may be right, Sama. I'm not sure about your plan, but perhaps the Reformation isn't the correct path. I'll return to my lord and discuss it. For now, I'll leave your seal piece here.
I'm very glad that you see things this way. I hope that we can begin a new era of peace together. Go back to your lord. Tell him that I will gladly speak with him. But I have one important question before you go. What exactly happened to Sandrax after you escaped from him?
Thank you, patron, for painting such a vivid picture of all of the worlds, including your own, that lovely place called the Labyrinth. Definitely a realm after my own heart. You see, I feed on fear and chaos, and I can't see a better way to produce such things than by allowing your lord to proceed with his plan. However, since you appear to have lost your nerve, I'll have to take your place.
Your lord trusts you, does he not? Especially when you are doing what he wants. I shall take your ship, go to the Nexus, and deliver this seal piece to him. I'm guessing that it will complete his collection. Then I shall lead him to the Vortex where he can perform the rite of reformation. I'm so sorry you decided to turn against your lord. I'm sure that he doesn't view traitors in a very good light. I do hope you won't die in the ensuing chaos, all of you. I'd love to meet you again, We have much to discuss, and an eternity of pain during which we can discuss it. Can't you stop Sangdrax?
No, I'm afraid not. His magic is too powerful for us to oppose. When we first arrived here, we built this city and placed the Mensch inside the other sea moons. Stone-enclosed islands much like this one. Shortly thereafter, Sangdrax appeared. We don't know where he came from. Unprovoked, he launched an attack against us. He never destroyed us all, just killed a few people. But it was enough to keep us scared and confused. We never had a chance to defeat him. He commands some form of magic that is foreign to us, more powerful than the rune-based magic that we use. We erected the ward around the city as a last-ditch effort against him. Evidently, it worked. The ward was designed to keep out all foreign magic. Since he consisted almost entirely of pure magic, he could not enter. We decided to enter our sleep capsules. We expected that when the others had learned that we were in danger, they would gather here to help us defeat Sangdrax. We keyed our awakening to occur when the ward had fallen, assuming that it would happen only when the other Sartan had arrived. We never dreamed that thousands of years would pass before the ward fell. Now that it has, Sangdrax is loose. Not only is he a threat to us, but with your ship, he has access to all of the worlds. And if he succeeds in causing the Reformation, we'll all probably die in the process anyway.
Why wasn't I affected by the dragon's aura of fear? It sure had me in its grasp last time I encountered it.
That's because you had been nullified. Remember, nullifying water eliminates your vulnerability to magic, as well as your ability to cast spells. Sangdrax's aura of fear didn't affect you because no magic could affect you.
If that's so, why didn't you all tank up with the water and go after him? His magic wouldn't do a thing against you.
This is true, although we would be helpless as well as invulnerable. While the water was in effect, we would not be able to use our magic against Sangdrax. We could only confront him physically. He can choose any form. In a purely physical battle, he would destroy us hands down.
How did Sangdrax take my form?
That's one of his powers. He can assume the form of anyone or anything he desires. The talent renders him insidious as well as invincible.
Where is Sangdrax leading, my lord? The Vortex?
Yes. The Vortex is the one place that the Reformation ritual can be enacted. It is where we originally sundered the world. It's also the only place where the interconnection can begin.
Where is the Vortex?
The only place from which the Vortex can be entered is in the Labyrinth. We reasoned that this would be the safest place to hide the portal. It may be that your lord will balk at traveling the length of the Labyrinth again, the wrong way, but Sangdrax can be very persuasive. He will convince him, one way or another.
What exactly is the interconnection?
We designed the realms to work together. Each had specific functions to perform in the overall plan. The interconnection was to tie all of the worlds together. Abarak would produce raw materials. Arianas would take those materials and refine them to produce manufactured goods. Prian would supply power to the other worlds. Gelestra was to provide a place for most of the people to live and purify some of the toxins from the other worlds, notably Abarak. The realms were never designed to survive on their own for an extended time, and yet that's exactly what they've had to do. It's not too late, though. From what you've told me, Abarak is dying. The interconnection is the only thing that can save it. It's the only alternative to Reformation.
How do you start the interconnection?
Much like the Reformation, it requires all 5 of the seal pieces. In the center of the vortex is a floating island. It has 4 spires. Each spire represents an element: air, fire, stone, and water. The seal pieces must be placed upon each corresponding spire. Then the spell itself must be ignited. This is done by placing the focus over the correct rune, and inserting the Nexus seal piece into it.
Spires? Focus? What are you talking about?
Well, you did ask. The floor of the island is laid out with many interconnecting runes. Each rune can be used to ignite a distinct spell. Depending on the rune you choose, the function of the spell will be different. The Reformation requires that the spell be ignited from one particular rune, the interconnection, another. The focus is a hexagonal frame that floats over the island's floor. You can move it over the rune of your choice. When you place the Nexus seal piece inside of it, the focus automatically ignites the rune under it, which casts the spell.
Which is the starting rune for the interconnection spell?
It would be too difficult to describe. Though I will tell you that we left the focus over that rune. We intended to return and ignite the interconnection spell someday.
Let's back up a step.
Certainly.
Could we talk a little about the other worlds?
Very well. What would you like to know?
Do you know who Zifnab is?
I know of no Zifnab, but I doubt that is his true name. He sounds like a valuable ally if he knows as much as you say and has access to magic outside of our mastery.
Why'd you react so strongly when I told you about necromancy?
Necromancy was banned for many reasons soon after it was discovered. The most important reason being that when someone dead is raised, someone else will die untimely. This maintains the balance. By relying on necromancy, the people of Abarak have doomed our race. The magic doesn't recognize the boundaries of the realms. It kills Sartan as far away as Arianas and Prion. It wiped out thousands.
Why is everyone here alive and well?
It's actually ironic. The ward that we constructed to repel the magic of Sangdrax must have had the effect of repelling the magic of necromancy as well. It kept us alive against two dangers. But now, we only have hundreds of people left, where once we had tens of thousands. We shall try to reconstruct our lives, to help our brethren on Abarak, if there is a world left to live on.
Let's go back a step.
Certainly.
You know, Zifnab gave me a stone to use against some ultimate evil. Do you think this might prove effective against Sangdrax?
I don't know. Tell me about it. It sounds like this might be some other kind of magic. Perhaps made from the same source that created Sangdrax himself. It may be that Sangdrax is vulnerable to it. Where is it? I didn't see it along with your possessions.
I must have dropped it somewhere. I'll get it back.
I certainly hope you're able to get it back. By the way Sangdrax reacted to it, it sounds like that stone is our only hope to defeat the dragon.
Do you have another ship that I can use to pursue him?
Yes, certainly. In fact, as we've been speaking, I've had another ship placed in the same port where you landed. You're welcome to it. There is, however, one problem. We seem to be a little short on steering stones. It takes quite a while to magically prepare a stone sphere to accept the naming runes that guide a ship through the DeathGate. The only such stone we have is the ceremonial globe in this very chamber, and you can't use that.
Don't you think saving the worlds is worth sacrificing your precious ceremonial globe?
Not at all. You see, the globe was placed in this room before the building's construction was complete. It's too large to fit through any of the exits. It's also far too heavy to move any distance by hand. You're welcome to it if you can find a way to transport it. But then, it doesn't have any of the naming runes on it anyway. I don't think that the globe is the solution to this problem.
I don't have time for talk. Now's the time for action.
Very well. If I can be of any further assistance, do not hesitate to ask. Hello again, patron.
I don't have...
Very Hello again.
I don't...
Just like Star Trek.
I never expected you to return. I should kill you for what you've done. If you hadn't driven those tiger creatures off, I would kill you. Why you did that after you led them here in the first place is beyond me. Leave me now. You've done enough damage.
What are you talking about? I didn't lead the creatures here.
Of course you did. Not more than 2 hours ago, you and Lord Czar passed through this village. Unwittingly, we helped you. We gave you current directions towards the center because for some reason that's where you wanted to go. You were very pleasant then. You thanked us and went on your way. Shortly thereafter, you returned alone, leading a charge of the tiger creatures. During the battle, you disappeared. I don't know why I don't gut you right now. We lost more men in the skirmish than we have in a month of fighting. Now this encampment is compromised. We'll have to move as soon as we're able. And we have you to thank for it.
That wasn't me. Lord Czar is accompanied by a shape-shifting dragon. I'm on their trail.
A shape-shifting dragon? That's a new one. I wouldn't put it past the labyrinth, though. It's getting more and more devious every day. If this dragon accompanies Lord Czar, then as long as he doesn't realize the true nature of his companion, he is in mortal danger. My resources are meager, but I am willing to help you as I can. What would you have of me?
Tell me how the dragon got the tiger creatures to attack.
It wasn't difficult. Remaining hidden from the dangers of the labyrinth is a daily struggle. The pack of tiger creatures moved into the area not long ago. He paid them a visit, then came straight here. The entire pride followed, snarling for blood. The creatures were delighted to discover the village. They pounced and caught us completely by surprise. Many died in the first few moments. The rest rallied here in the center. We managed to shield ourselves until you arrived. I'm glad you came when you did. I don't know how much longer the magic would have lasted.
Can you tell me where Lord Czar and the dragon went when they left here?
Certainly. They entered the forest to the north, but that information won't help you much. The labyrinth reinvents itself all the time. Paths that Czar and the dragon followed could have vanished, could even be pits or swamps. Only a skilled tracker could find them now.
Is there such a tracker in the village?
Yes, we do have such a man, but he was on guard duty when the beasts attacked. He fought valiantly, but the pack was too large and he took the brunt of the charge. He was eventually overcome. He is alive, but I fear that his wounds will prove fatal. The healer is with him now, but I don't have much hope.
What dangers can I expect further along in the labyrinth?
I've never traveled backward through the labyrinth. Our goal is to leave here. Even so, though every step toward the final gate presents a challenge, I doubt that the labyrinth would prevent someone from penetrating deeper into it. It's akin to walking toward the center of a spider's web. When you finally arrive, you'll have a devil of a time getting back out. You'd be doing the labyrinth's job for it. Any obstacles you encounter are not likely to have been placed there by the labyrinth. More likely, you will find traps set by the dragon. It seems to me that the attack of the tiger creatures was such a trap. Obviously, the dragon didn't care whether we defeated them or not. If we managed to defeat them, we would kill you on sight for loosing them upon us. If we didn't, the whole area would be swarming with them. Either way, it would have been rough going for you.
Never mind that. You have to tend to your wounded. In fact, is there anything I can do to help?
Regretfully, no, unless you are more skilled than our current healer. Most of our people are either not seriously harmed or very seriously dead. Only the man on the ground here is in critical condition. Our healer works on him now, but I think she is helpless to do anything. He is fading fast.
Let me think on this. If I come up with anything, I'll ask.
Very well. I must instruct the survivors to begin packing up the village. We can't remain here for long. The scent of so much blood on the wind will draw predators from all parts of the labyrinth. If you think of anything, simply ask.
You healed me, brought me back from the brink of death. I am indebted to you.
It was nothing.
It was everything. I'm in your debt. I don't like being in someone's debt. Tell me how I can repay you.
I hear you're a pretty good tracker.
I know the labyrinth. I know its signs. I can sense how it changes, sometimes even how it will change. If I find the start of a trail, I will never lose my way.
I guess I could teach your healers a thing or two.
They do what they can. I thought that no one could heal the wounds I had taken. You surprised me.
I couldn't do much for your wardrobe, though.
Clothes are clothes. I think my next jacket will be made out of tiger skin.
Do you think you could help me?
Of course. I'm in your debt. Tell me what I must do to absolve myself of it.
Can you teach me to track?
To teach you everything I know would take years. Neither of us have that kind of time. We could be dead tomorrow. There must be something else I can do for you.
I'm on the trail of Lord Tsar and his companion, who happens to be a shape-shifting dragon. Do you think you can find them?
Of course. That's what I do. I will accompany you while I track them. When I'm certain that we've found them, my obligation to you is resolved. I must return to my village.
Yes, my friend. How can I help you?
Let me think on this. If I come up with anything, I'll ask.
Very well. I must instruct the survivors to begin packing up the village. We can't remain here for long. The scent of so much blood on the wind will draw predators from all parts of the labyrinth. If you think of anything, simply ask.
The trail leads here into that cave. I've seen this cave before. There is no exit. Your quarry lies inside. The creature guarding the entrance is a Cheodan. I've only encountered their like once or twice before, and I can tell you this. If you spill its blood, every drop will grow into a duplicate of the monster. Only by killing it before it bleeds, usually with a precise thrust through its heart. Can you keep it from regenerating? A sloppy attack, and you'll have an army of these things to contend with. Usually the best way to deal with this type of beast is to avoid it. I don't think you've got that luxury, though. If you're going into that cave, you'll have to go through the Cheodan. My obligation to you is over. I've led you to the end of the trail. The people of my village need my help, so I must return. Good luck.
I've been expecting you, patron. I knew that the obstacles I placed would do no more than delay you, but they gave me enough time to find the portal to the vortex. Czar is there now, waiting for me. As soon as I take care of you, I'll return to complete my task. You haven't beaten me, When I've led Tsar to the vortex, he'll reform the world and this place will be no more. I don't think you'll survive, but if somehow you do, we'll meet again, and then I'll have my revenge.
And I was just getting into the shower. You call it the most inopportune times, Haplo. You've a knack for getting into trouble, my boy, and this is a doozy. My. Face to face with the embodiment of evil. You've had a full day. And look what happened to my dragon. I'm afraid this is going to have to come out of your security deposit.
That's all the rock did? Summon you here?
What did you expect it to do? Wasn't that enough? I think that I did a mite better than you would have in this fight. Well, I did have a little help. Nonetheless, we saved your bacon, and I think we deserve a little gratitude.
My thanks, Zifnab. I appreciate your help.
Of course you do. It's always nice to have the side of good rescue you from certain death. Every time it happens to me, I get goosebumps. There's nothing better, I tell you. Except maybe a really good pastrami sandwich with extra mayo.
I could have taken that dragon.
Well, you may get your chance. Remember, Sangrax is still on the loose, and my dragon doesn't look like he'd survive another direct confrontation. It may be up to you after all. I'm glad you have so much confidence. I'd be willing to take odds if you'd like to wager on your success. I'll give you, well, let's see, 300 to 1. Sound fair?
Why did you let Sangrax escape?
I didn't see you there slugging it out with Sangrax. I think my dragon did an admirable job in driving him off. Sangrax is weak and desperate. He'll be much more likely to make a mistake now.
Where did the evil dragon go?
He slipped out the portal. You see, thousands of years ago, Sama hid the magic portal to the vortex in the labyrinth, here in this cave to be exact. He figured that it would be the safest place to do so. No one would come back into the labyrinth to find it. The portal leads directly to the outskirts of the vortex. We must assume that Sangrax has already escorted Tsar there. In fact, they'll probably go directly to the floating island. Very soon, Tsar will begin the Reformation unless we stop him.
Is your dragon all right?
He doesn't look good. Sangrax did quite a job on his wings. He got his comeuppance, though. Did you see those wounds on his face and chest? Those will smart for a few hundred years, mark my words. He won't even be able to change form to heal them. When you get wounds like that, they stay for dinner.
What do we do now?
Well, that's simple. We go after him. We have to stop him before he leads Tsar to the center of the vortex. They have all of the seal pieces which you were so kind as to supply, so nothing stands in the way of the Reformation. Whenever you're ready, I'll take us through the portal to the vortex.
All right, I'm ready to go. Take us through, Zifnab.
Very well. Climb up on my dragon and I'll take us all through. My dragon is wounded, Mr. Insensitive. Why don't you get rid of some of that heavy junk that you've been toting around? It'll make the trip that much easier for him. What did you expect to happen? Without the seal pieces, it doesn't do anything. Unless you were going up there to give a speech. In that case, proceed. An impressive sight, don't you think? Hasn't changed a whit since the old days. Actually, after the initial shock of being in another reality wears off, it's kind of boring. There's that horizon that goes on forever and the sinkhole, that's pretty much it. No continents, no convenience stores, nothing.
You were here before? Does that mean you were on the original council?
I never said that. I think Sama sent me a picture postcard that said, "My esteemed leader went to the vortex and all I got was this lousy postcard." The picture was really nice though. It really did this place justice. It must have had, 256 colors.
Where are Czar and Sangdrax?
Isn't it obvious? They're on the island floating over the sinkhole. Even now they are preparing for the Reformation. It shouldn't be long until they start the process.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's follow them.
It's not that simple. They had all of the seal pieces, so they were able to use the magic platform. That's how the council members transported themselves over in the first place. The world seal, or in this case all of the pieces, are set upon the platform. It automatically takes anyone standing there over to the island. Since we don't have the seal pieces, we can't follow them.
Why can't your dragon just fly us there?
Look at him! His wings were shredded in the fight with Sangdrax. He wouldn't even be able to lift off. No, my dragon isn't a way to the island.
What about those stone things that kind of look like paths? They reach almost all the way to the island. Can we follow them?
Very good, Haplo. You're very quick. Those stone things are indeed known as the paths. We Sartan introduced the island to the vortex. When we did so, we flawed the perfect magic that existed here. The reaction rippled through the reality. Other flaws began to appear. They manifested themselves as the paths. The paths are made of wild magic, chaotic magic. They are unpredictable. They are even dangerous, but they are the only way to the island left to us. You can use them, but you must be aware of a few things. First, you must travel alone. I cannot go with you. Never has a journey succeeded when there was more than one participant. Second, the wild magic may manifest in other strange ways while you walk the paths. I can't tell you what you might experience. It's different for every traveler. Simply beware and be careful.
What will I do if I get to the island? I don't have a magic stone to defeat Sangdrax anymore.
You want me to tell you everything? Maybe you should try thinking on your feet. Well, my guess is that Sangdrax has probably taken your form to lead Czar through the Reformation. If you catch up with him, you'll have to convince Czar that you're really you. Then you'll have to convince him not to go through with the Reformation. As for Sangdrax, well, he probably won't like you interfering, so he might try to kill you. Don't let that stop you, though. Get in there, Slugger. The whole team's behind you. Way behind you.
I'd better get to work. Time is running out.
That's true. You'd better get going. I wish I had some popcorn. This is gonna be some show.
Indeed you are. Are you ready for a break? What do we do? Do we destroy the world?
Are you still here? I thought you had a world to save or something like that. Better make this quick. I've got a dentist appointment soon.
I'm off again.
You've been off since I met you. Now get in there and win it for the Gipper! Well, that's sweet of you. A present. Don't think I forgot you. I've got yours in here somewhere. Well...
Evil does seek to maintain power by suppressing the truth.
What
Immersion.
That should take care of our friend, eh? It seems that we... What are you, some kind of phantasm born of the vortex? I can feel the wild magic around us. Are you part of that?
I am no phantasm. I am the true Haplo. Your companion is a dragon who has taken my form to trick you into destroying the world. He has tried his best to keep me from following you here, but here I am. You must stop what you are doing, my lord. The Reformation will not be what you expect. Many will die, including our own race. My lord, it's obvious that this is some trick, some manifestation of the Vortex's wild magic. Why it spouts lies to stop you from claiming your rightful heritage, I don't know. But don't spare it a thought. Continue with the ritual, and I will deal with my double.
What you say makes sense, my son, but something about this doesn't ring true. Can you prove your words? Are you the real Haplo? Or is this, as my companion claims, just a hollow trick?
It's no trick. I can prove I'm Haplo. Remember our conversation about heart rooms? They name us. They give us our magic. They are the center of our beings. If they are torn or broken, we fall ill. We cannot function. I show you mine, unbroken. I challenge my double to do the same. Of course I can show you my heart room, and why not? After I've done so, I'll eliminate this annoyance so that you can complete the Reformation undisturbed, Lord Tsar. I live only to serve you.
So much for subterfuge. I prefer to be direct anyway. My lord, you will complete the Reformation. If you do not, I will kill you. It's your choice.
Very well, Dragon. I will continue the Reformation, but only because it suits my purposes as well.
Excellent. Get on with it then.
That should take care of our friend, eh? Tell me what's happening here, Haplo. Quickly, if you don't mind. It seems that I have been misinformed. The Reformation is not what I wished it to be. I must change my plans. We will bring about the interconnection. The worlds cannot survive without it. But the Sartan's strength is severely depleted. It is as nothing compared to ours. After we have connected the realms, we shall invade them, wipe them clean of the Sartan influence, and take our rightful place as rulers. Attend me, my son. I've placed the focus over the starting rune of the Reformation. While you gather the remaining seal pieces, I have to move it back to the interconnection starting rune. I'm lucky that my research indicated which rune this was. Otherwise, I might not know how to bring it about.
It's your turn, patron. Unless you decide to be more cooperative than your master.
The heart, the heart, the heart. The heart. The heart, the heart.
So, patron, are we done playing this game? I'm weary of it, and you are without ammunition. It's time for you to die.
The heart. The heart.
out of seal pieces, patron.
I've got one more, dragon.
When you drop the Nexus seal piece into the focus and ignite the interconnection spell, magic flows through the ruins of the island and connects the elemental spires. Sangdrax, unwisely attempting to break through the magic field in order to stop you, confronts the brunt of its power. It proves to be too much, even for the incarnation of evil, and the explosion hurls him into the swirling vortex, hopefully never to be seen again. You've connected the 5 realms. Perhaps now the worlds can function as planned, and their inhabitants can not only survive, but flourish. Yet you ponder one particular unrealized goal of your Lord, namely the release of your people from the labyrinth. With time, and the aid of the Sartan, you may be able to see this dream fulfilled, but that must wait for another day. You've completed DeathGate. You've saved the realms from a fate worse than death. And while doing all of this, you scored 1,500 out of 1,500 points. Congratulations.
Do it now, Mike.
I've got one more, dragon.
When you drop the Nexus seal piece into the focus, you've connected the 5. You've completed DeathGate.